Hey there guys, how's it going? So PvP has finally arrived, it's finally in the global version, and that means we get to try it out. There are a couple of small differences to the Japanese version, so if you don't know how to access it, obviously press Colosseum, because it is an extension of Colosseum, and select PvP. Obviously there are a couple other things with this update, but we already covered 7-star medals, and I guess we'll cover sub-slots in a couple days time maybe, or tomorrow if I can get around to it. But let's do PvP for today. So you start out with 0 points, and every month you're going to get set back to 0 points. If you win a battle of PvP, you gain points, and if you lose or tie, you get points as well, but obviously you get more for a win. The ranking is determined by how many points you get. So if it wasn't clear why VIP, like people are a bit miffed off that VIP players get double the chances, because in the global version, it seems like everyone gets 5, but VIP get 5 more. So up to 10 tries a day at this PvP mode, which I mean, I guess is better than only 3 for a non-VIP player, but still it's like 10, like double the tries for a VIP player. That is way more potential to earn way more wins, and it seems very, very pay to win and pay to play as well. But that should go without saying. Let's just go ahead and try this thing out. So it's recommended me some setups already, and I just completely ignored those and switched them out because basically what it recommended to me was not too good at all. The way it works is when you challenge someone, I don't know if the challenger goes first. Again, my idea behind this video is that you guys can kind of watch me and learn from my mistakes, because I'm positive I'm going to make some mistakes. And you can sort of pick up what I do wrong and hopefully improve. Again, we only get limited amount of chances per day, so take any mistakes that I make and then don't make them on your chances every day. So right now this month, there are only 3 Keyblades, and look at the way that it has 7 in the list here. To me, that implies that eventually PvP mode will have up to 7 Keyblades each time, which is nuts. Like, you know, half the Keyblades that you have each month will be selected as the PvP Keyblades for that month, so it's gonna get pretty nutty pretty quickly. But at the moment, it's only 3, which I guess is I'm kind of grateful for as we start off. So yeah, 3 Wishes, Dark Knot, and Sleeping Lion. You can arrange those in any order that you choose. For my logic, like defensive medals like HD Zexion and Vexen Plus, it makes sense to me to have them towards the front because they last for 2 turns. Therefore, it doesn't make any sense to me to have them in the back, given that if you use a defensive buffer, especially if you go last in the last turn, you will get no benefit from their defensive buffers. So to me, it makes sense to have them towards the front, but I mean, I guess, again, I could still very, very much be wrong. I'm trying to go like uber defensively and just see if that works. I mean, if I get to go first and I get to have like all these layers of defensive buffs go up, maybe that'll be a good thing. Again, I really don't know just yet. My 3 Wishes is kind of weak anyway. Like, I've got some sort of awkward medal configuration, so it's not going to be, like, definitely going to be my strongest Keyblade. My Sleeping Lion's not too bad. Again, I got quite lucky with this KHUx 16 here. And my Dark Knot is not too bad as well. Again, I've got pretty decent with Lexaeus, having to have that ground on it, and the max gauges. I'm concerned, well, I'm still trying to figure out the gauge consumption thing, whether, like, each Keyblade consumes all of its gauges, and then you swap to the next Keyblade, and then the amount of gauges that it has goes back to like the amount of maximum it has, or if you have like 1 SP shared total that runs consistently through the entire setup. I doubt that's the case, but we'll figure that out as we go. But anyway, we're gonna learn. So let's go ahead and do the first one, and then we'll like take any lessons that we learned from the first one and apply it to the next round potentially. So let's go ahead and do our very, very first PvP match. Again, sorry about the sound. I'm just trying to do this. It's actually been raining all day here, so I've just had to stop and wait for the rain to hold off, and it's sort of temporarily holding off now. Hopefully you guys don't get rained out during the video, but come on, man. Okay, so all these people we can choose right now. Points times 1.0. Okay, so you're going to be able to earn bonus point multipliers as well. Like, is it like high score challenge style? Like, you're going to be given like certain medals to put in your slots that will give you an edge in the amount of points that you get. It's really clever and kind of devious. Alright, what are we right now? We're like 11,200 or something. Are we able to see our opponent before we challenge them? Okay, no, we're not. So there's no way of, to my knowledge, no way of telling what medals your opponent has so far. Okay, so again, I'm not going to try and like leap too high up. Like, I guess I could try and challenge this person ranked 5,582nd, but if I lost, I would get no position. So maybe it might be smarter to get someone only just above me, or let's take the middle of the road here and go the middle person right here. Okay, so if we win against them, we take their position and they fall down to ours. And if we lose against them, no, there's no change. So, okay, so who goes first here? Alright, so I've got my 20 gauges from my 3 Wishes. And I guess there's no reason not to just go full crazy right here. So I'm going first, which is interesting. I don't know if the challenger always goes first or what happens, but okay, my opponent's got defense boost 3 max on, so every single hit I do, they're going to basically tank. I've got to watch out for my SP here for sure, but I think on 3 wishes I'm going to have enough. So I assume when I switch to the next Keyblade, I'm going to get all of my gauges back to start off with Darknor, which it should be 12, I think. Okay, so now they get to retaliate against me. I'm assuming they're going to have a much stronger 3 wishes than I do. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. So there's an Ava. Burp. Yeah, that's a nice strong hit there. And then we're going to copy onto Aqua twice. I mean, interesting, because I got all my defensive buffs up first, and they didn't get a chance to, so... Oh yeah, they've already beaten me for sure. Yeah, they've definitely already beaten me. Which isn't really surprising. So they're going to take that round. No surprises there. Look at all the skills, like, trying to trigger. Okay, now they get to go first on this one. So... there are still some defensive debuffs lingering on them, I'm guessing from my Zexion. And, yeah, my attack's been muted as well, I guess from his Zexion as well. Okay, interesting. This guy seems to be pretty strong, so let's find out how we go, really. I have no idea how we're going to go at all. Okay, and he pops his Nova there. Interesting. And KHUx 16 to come in as well. So I don't believe he's carrying any sort of defense boost on this setup. I don't think. But then again, neither was... Sorry, I wasn't carrying a defense boost. But it seems like he isn't either. Sorry, I'm looking down at the camera, at the screen the entire time. I just gave this Luxine hero just complete garbage skills, so... I don't really know when I'm going to use my Nova, but... I guess we'll see. Maybe it would have been better to use it in the first setup, because it's quite weak on the first setup. I think I took that one. Yeah, I think I took that one. Alright, final round. So I think we're both going to have pretty similar setups going into the... Wait. Did I mess that up? Yeah, I did. I didn't want to have... I didn't want to have Vexen going this time. Sorry, I didn't want to have Darknor going on this one, but... Oh well, it's happened now. Alright, so Vexen's going to go in. I may as well use Nova at some point here, because there's no reason not to. I guess. I mean, it probably would have been smarter to use it earlier on, but anyway, boof. And I've got just enough gauges to finish this off. So yeah, like I thought, every single time you switch to a new Keyblade, you switch to the amount of SP that Keyblade had. I'm running the defense boost here, so I'm hoping that's going to make a difference and, like, you know, take away a third of all his damage. So if I had to make any recommendations, obviously second chance means nothing here because you don't actually die. So I think what they want you to do is have multiple copies of, like, you know, Kara EX and Shion, for example, if you are going to use them consistently. Yeah, I think I pretty safely got this one, I think. Right, so what he's done is he hasn't accounted for the amount of SP that he needs to run that Darknor, so that's a pretty big mistake on his part. He couldn't even fire off 2 of his skills, unfortunately, so I have gone away and taken that one, which is, yes, alright. I'll just retire here, 100% win rate, I think. No. Cool, so we won the first one. So yeah, huge thing to do is to definitely make sure you have enough SP to actually run your setup, so that should be priority number 1. It doesn't matter if you don't, like, if you finish off your first Keyblade and you only have 2 gauges left, that doesn't matter because it's going to go onto your next Keyblade with full gauges, but especially Darknor with, like, Hercules B and Scar, which are both, you know, costing 7 each, you definitely want to make sure you have some SP reduction skills earlier in the Keyblade, or some form of SP reduction so you can go ahead and actually activate all your special attacks, or else you'll be, you know, pretty much dead in the water. I believe my data is now going to sit there for any other player to challenge, so if a player ranked lower than me attempts to fight them, I guess I'll fall back down to their rank, but let's see what's happened here. So I've gained 100 points for a win. I believe it's 500 points, I think, to get the first... Oh, 300 points. Okay, so I'm going to get 1 bronze ticket from my first 3 wins, basically, and then I guess by the end of the month, we could get up to 1,500. I wonder if that's going to change every month, because I mean, you could earn... Yeah, with 10 tries a day, you could easily exceed the 1,500 points. Like, VIP players could easily exceed the 15 wins needed to get all these rewards, but what I'm saying is, next month, for example, when VIP players that could do, you know, 10 attempts a day and potentially even 10 wins a day could earn up to, what, 30,000 points, which is a damn sight more than 1,500. So I wonder if next month they're going to have, you know, much higher rewards than the introduction to PvP this month, which is only, you know, less than a week. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. Alrighty, so my ranking so far is 7,700. What have we learned from that though? So, defense boost is huge. Defense boost is really, really huge. So I'm definitely grateful to have that on my Darkgnaw. It's hard to know what order your opponent's going to use their setup in. You know what, let's go ahead and run this again. Why not? I think this is still going to be a pretty powerful setup. And again, just more learning opportunities if we go ahead and fail. So let's go ahead and do our second ever match. Hopefully we can rack up another win. Again, I'm really liking that Darkgnaw, and even though I go second, I go second, and yeah, okay. So even if I get debuffed offensively, I'm going second tier with this. I'm buffing up incredibly with my stained glass metal, and then copying it again. Like I just said, any amount of offensive debuffs they put on me will be just completely laughed off, completely utterly laughed off. So in addition to that, yeah, I think this is the way to go. I'm hoping this is the way to go. Anyway, we'll find out soon. Again, all just learning, completely learning so far. So get a choice of opponents to tackle here. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen again. Sorry. Okay, so we have someone ranked 4,500. Again, we don't know anything about them. Should we go for glory? Let's take on Ares. Why not? Oh, cool. I wasn't too sure about that, but we can verse someone from any union whatsoever. That's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and take on someone from our own union here. Oh dear. Alright, let's go ahead and battle this person here. Ares with stars around their name. I'm really disappointed that we can't challenge other players though. I'm really, really disappointed about that. Okay, no defense boost to be seen, which is pretty sweet. I think that means we have an advantage from the get-go because, again, sorry, I said a third before. I didn't mean that. Defense boost 3 max takes off. Is it 2/3 or 4/5? In any case, it's a pretty significant amount of damage, so having a defense boost is pretty important, I think. No, I won't use Nova because I don't see any defense boost on him. Therefore, I should win pretty much automatically. I think. I could be wrong. And I guess we'll find out pretty soon, but just being a little, not arrogant, but thinking that defense boost 3 max, meaning that I'm already only going to take a fraction of his damage, means I should have this in the bag, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So if I want to use Nova, I'll use Nova in a place where maybe I don't have defense boost, and neither does he, I guess. Alright, we've got 1 round. Sorry, Ares. Alright, so we got a VIP player here. Well, at least during that week we had a VIP player. Again, I've got defense boost 3 max rocking again, which is very, very nice. So all I have to do is win this one. I love the animation for that in metal. It's so sweet. And again, very similar setup to mine. We've got, ooh, extra attack Zac. Very, very nice. And then a KHUx 16 on the back. So I can't see any place where he would have had defense boost except for maybe that Kari up the front. So I guess we'll see. I don't see any defense boost going off, so again, this is a pretty powerful setup and he doesn't have any way of blocking this damage. This is going to hurt quite a lot. My friend, I think this is going to hurt you quite a lot. Ready for the pain? 1. Get dunked on. Get absolutely dunked on. I love that animation. It's so funny. Alright, so we've run pretty convincingly there 2-0. Do I even get to do the 3rd round? No, we don't. Okay, we don't even get to go into the 3rd round. Interesting. Really interesting that we don't even get to attempt the 3rd round. So I wonder if they're going to copy the data from that. Would they just not use Nova at all? How would that work? I'm not too sure. Okay, so we've leapt up quite a bit again, which is really, really, really nice. Yeah, defense boost is OP. If you don't have defense boost and your opponent does, that's like almost a guaranteed win for that round. It's really interesting. So maybe that's going to bring skill perks back into relevance, and I mean, like, even defense boost 2 max would be like for multi-hit attacks where, you know, you could have like defense boost 5 or someone who has like defense boost 1 or 2 max. It could just make a huge difference. So I think what I want you to have is like multiple copies of either Kara EX, Shion EX, any of those buffers, and if you are going to use one of them, like I just said before, 1 copy with second chance on it will be like your content, Kara EX or Shion EX, whatever, and then the other copies will be your PvP copies, which have defense boost 4, defense boost 3 max, like as high of a defense boost as you can. I'll say that again. I think a defense boost 3 max will be superior to like even a defense boost 5, so Really interesting stuff. I'm pretty happy with the way it's going right now. So let's go ahead and do a couple more. And I guess we'll just find out at which point we start getting stomped on. Like none of the players I've fought so far have been, you know, bad. There's no way of determining a good or a bad player. Just, you know, obviously it's only day one, only a few hours into the day, so everyone's still learning. Okay, 3 Volpus players to take on here. So we can either go right for the top against Heavy Licks, against Anwar, or against Hikigaya. Probably saying all those wrong, but should we be should we go for Glory again and just go for the top person? Yeah, why not? Why not just go for Glory? Let's risk it all. One of our 5 chances for the day on the highest possible person we can attempt. Could be a mistake. It could not. Let's find out. Okay, he's going Dark Gnaw right from the get-go, so he's probably going to win this. He's got defense boost on a Dark Gnaw. Yeah, I'd say he's probably got this in the bag. Unless my offensive debuffs can do anything to him, but I highly doubt it. I'm not doing enough damage, and he's rocking a Dark Gnaw, which is going to hurt like hell, so it could be all over for this round. Defense boost 3 max. It's an absolute killer. Yeah, because he's going to have Vexen in there, surely. Yep, Vexen, turn 1. Interesting. Okay, I would ooh, okay. Really interesting. So he's got double cast on that. He's probably going to have some expensive middles towards the back, but just the fact that it's Dark Gnaw and it has so little SP means he's forced to run an Iago. That's really interesting. So okay, he's still going to win it. Yeah, he's got it for sure. Interesting. If I was him, I'd definitely put that Riku in slot 1. Even though... Or like that Shion in slot... I don't know what I'd do. Because, man, yeah, that entire first slot is basically wasted because my defense was so high that he couldn't do anything against it. That's really interesting. Wow, double cast on that with an attack boost 4 max and 0 gauge as well. This guy's pretty friggin' powerful, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just hoping, like, I didn't pay too much attention, but I don't think he's gonna have defense boost max on here. I'm saying, hopefully, it's the rain again, damn it. Gotta end this round quickly. And then he takes my defense out at the end. Okay, I feel like whoa, that Kari might have defense boost. It doesn't. Hopefully, it doesn't. If it doesn't, then we've like won straight away. Oh yeah, have we already won? We've already won. Wonderful. Okay, so my the might of my Dark Gnaw is kind of wasted here because like I'm gonna win pretty handily. Oh, I'll make some tension going into the final round. Look at this friggin' Dark Gnaw. It's so crazy. Ah, the rain. Sorry, guys. Okay, so 1 apiece. Final round. Sleeping Lion versus 3 Wishes. So if he has a Zexion, he's going to have defense boost again. He doesn't have defense boost. Okay. Okay, but neither do I. It's going to be really close. It's going to be really freaking close. I've got a pretty decent 3 Wishes, though. Sorry, Sleeping Lion, though, because this freaking double cast key out 16 is something else. And, attack boost 5 max with a negative ground trait on my final form Sora there. It's pretty nifty. I forgot to use Nova, but oh well. He's got a lot to try and take care of there. Let's see if he can do it. So what have I got, like 28 million points? Sorry about the rain, guys. I'm so sorry. Attack boost 1. Unfortunate. And unfortunate again, he's going to have to follow up with Final Form. Oh no, it's in the pet slot. Sorry, I was thinking that Final Form Sora was in his 5th slot for some reason. That's stupid. Okay, we've got another win. Fantastic. So we can go ahead and claim our bronze ticket. That might be the way to go. Not that I can really tell anything from the initial setup. Yeah, well, I can't really tell anything anyway. Let's go ahead and challenge Light. Middle of the road, like we've been doing so far, has paid off pretty well for us. So let's go ahead and challenge the middle of the road person again. Being a little bit of a coward, but oh well. Okay, so they've got their 3 wishes out to the start as well. Let's see, I'm going to be... Yeah, defense... Okay, defense is 4, but not 4 max. So I'm still hitting a lot of these hits for max damage. And it's doing significantly more. Okay, yeah, a max skill really shows its worth here. Even if you had like a defense boost 2 max, I think that would still be taking less damage cumulatively than a defense boost 4 regular would have, so... Okay, so we got the second hit off there. Without him tanking it. So I'm going to defense boost 3 max my way through all of this. And for the very first time, maybe, I don't want to jinx it, but my 3 wishes might take a win here. We'll see. Again, I do not want to jinx it, but we're looking okay so far. Again, just defense boost 3 max, really, really showing its worth here. His most powerful medals right towards the back, and they're just bouncing off, completely bouncing off. So yeah, we had a pretty significant win there. I think what he might have screwed up doing is I believe he had a stained glass medal, and then followed up with a stained glass medal benefiting the magic type, and then followed up with 2 power type medals on the end, which just didn't benefit from that at all. So if I had any recommendations for this person, it would be obviously, if using stained glass, like I talked about ages ago, stained glass are the master of one, not the jack of all trades, like Kari is. So definitely stick to the one attribute if you can. If using stained glass. If you're using Kari, double casting it, hey, you may as well switch around as many attributes as you want. Alrighty, so I feel pretty confident about this one, given that I don't see any more defense boost either, and again the setup was a little bit janky. Not a bad setup, just mixing matching a few attributes, and I was kind of looking at the camera. I didn't pay attention to if he had a stained glass or if he had a Kari, but yeah, not too worried about this one, unfortunately. Jesus Christ, it's nearly 50 million points. Have mercy on the poor man. Ah, damn, we didn't get... Okay, I wanted to go into the third round for that one. Alright, so we're doing alright so far. We've got a 4 out of the current 4 that we've done. I don't want to jinx it, but we could go all the way here, folks, and take out 5 out of 5. But again, I don't want to jinx it. I'm very, very happy so far. Alright, top 1500. This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. I'm liking this. It's going to be really competitive pretty soon, once everyone kind of figures out the nuances between it, but at the start, I'm happy to chop up on the first day. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I mean, VIP are going to get another 5 chances a day to earn 5 more wins. That is crazy. But I mean, I guess the points don't mean anything. It's literally who you challenge that determines your ranking, so... Okay. So when do I stop? Okay, obviously I'm going to do one more try, and then I'm going to not be able to continue anymore. But when can people challenge me? Can they challenge me right now? Like, if someone challenges me right now, and I get knocked down to, like, you know, 7,000th or something, who do I get to challenge then? Anyway, so we'll find this out over the next few days. Alrighty. Ooh, last one. Last one. Keeping that hope alive. Again, that Dark Gnaw, I'm pretty confident in. Man, okay, what my average must be what? 150 plus 160 plus 180. 310. 500-ish over 3. 165-ish. So, my average is a bit lower than some of these people right here. Okay, so... Okay, it's interesting, because it's said at one point, if you challenge someone lower than you, you won't be able to move. But as far as I can tell so far, I haven't actually been able to challenge anyone lower than me. So I can either challenge someone ranked 900th, 1241st, or 677th. Okay, so... So we have Neku, Teiku owned, and Shiro here. Alright, I'm really sorry guys, but unfortunately I just lost power to my computer, as after I'd done the final round of PvP, my 5th for the day, which I narrowly lost. I really wish you guys could have seen that. Then I got the 6 bronze tickets that I've earned so far, so the 5 free ones plus the one that I've earned from my 3 wins. Took that over to the shop and did my 6 pulls, and got literally the definition of the average. I got 12 tier 1 medals, 12 tier 2 medals, and 6 tier 3, which is like spot on the averages for what I should have got. Took that over, evolved my 2 tier 1s that I could currently evolve, my Queen of Hearts and a Stitch. I don't see any tier 1s shaking up the meta in any way, so whichever ones are your favorites, go ahead and evolve them. I picked ones with ground on it, and it just so happened that like one of the strongest tier 1s for me happened to have ground on it, because I'm pretty sure I farmed that back in the day. My Stitch has like ray damage on it, but Stitch is kind of a bro, so I was like, I'm going to evolve you. Don't worry about it. He got me through some tough times back in the day, so I thought I'd go ahead and evolve him. So I've gone ahead and done that. I increased my storage a little bit, and then I was going to keep talking to you guys about what to evolve next, and then I lost power on my computer, so sorry about that. I was going to show you guys really quickly, though, the potential of these medals. Like, it seems really cool to have 7 stars, but please, don't be fooled. It's cool, and we'll have potential later on, but right now, they're still obsolete to the cool stuff that you have right now. The tier 7s, the tier 8s that you have right now, still far surpass any tier 1s and tier 2s, just because they have a brand new board around them. There's still the low tier trash that we had before, even though they have like a slightly new painted coat on them. Coat of paint on them. Let's take a look at this mathematically. So let's go ahead here, clear that off, and pull up a calculator real quick. Okay, so let's say that Stitch will hit on its absolute highest multiplier, so 5.87. Okay, we know that's its highest multiplier right now. Let's go ahead and 5.87. We're gonna go ahead and times that by 1.25, which is what the 25% guilt represents. We're gonna get a 7.3375. Okay, that seems better than before. 7.3. Let's call it 7.34 multiplier. Not too bad. What about the Queen of Hearts? 6.37 times that by 1.25. Nearly 8. Nearly 8 multiplier. That seems pretty good. Right? Well, is it actually? Okay. Medals that we have right now. And to be fair, these medals are extremely good, but it's still worth comparing because, let's go ahead and compare a single target reverse power medal. Okay? Like, I don't know, this brand new thing we got right here called, like, say, S+, for example. It's 6. Okay, well, even the absolute minimum, 4.04. If this was hitting at its absolute minimum, which would be in slot 1, and again, you'd have it at the back where it's going to benefit from that multiply a bit more. Times that by it's 230%, so we times it by 3.3, not 2.3. Oh wow, 13.332. So this is still hitting at over double the power that a brand new 7-star is hitting. And to be fair, of course it is. It's a tier 8 medal. It's one of the brand new, literally the newest medal in the game right now. Of course, it's going to hit more than a slightly upgraded version of a tier 1, but what I'm trying to say is don't fall for the allure of these brand new medals just because they have a new border around them. Case in friggin' point. Take a look at the shop right now. 3 banners in there, 3 trash banners in there. It's just absolutely not even worth your time. The only allure to these things is the guaranteed 6 stars that come along the way, but the guaranteed 6-star or better that come along the way. But take a look at the draw odds. Like, the biggest winners in there are, of course, as always, Kari and Shion EX. But the odds of getting them are so horrifically low. I feel like in the Japanese version, and I could be wrong, just based on the pools that I saw, people were getting Shions and Karis pretty regularly. If it was a good chance of getting a Kari or a Shion, I'd say, yeah, go ahead and pull for it. But as it stands right now, absolutely tiny chance of getting a Kari or a Shion. Absolutely minuscule chance. So these banners are complete shit. You can just absolutely ignore them. So, but I mean, they have to start this way. They have to start this way so that we can have the gradual getting better banners the way that we've had literally the entire time in this entire game. The negatives of this banner, okay? Even if you do your 5 pulls and get a tier 4 off it, for a start, it doesn't have any traits on it. Yeah, it's fully gilded and whatever, but it doesn't have any traits on it. So the only way to get traits on it is to take a current version of a medal that's already traded and evolve that up. Well, if you were going to do that, then you wouldn't need to have this one right here. You can't reroll guilds, and using a 7-star to reroll traits and another 7-star is crazy. You just do all your trait rolls a 6-star and then evolve them up. There's like no reason to do this. Like, let's take a look, okay? Let's mathematically prove, like we just did before, the reason to that. Okay, so let's go ahead. We've already searched by... yep, that's perfect. So let's go ahead and take a look at HD Axel, okay? Evolve him. What have we got here? 5.00. Okay, 5.00 is the multiplier. Let's go ahead and times that by a tier 4, so 130% guilt, therefore 2.30. 11.5, okay? An 11.5 multiplier. That doesn't seem like it's too bad, okay? It's a tier 4 medal hitting 11.5. And for a tier 4, no, it's not too bad. But let's compare that to the medals that we have available to us right now, okay? Without spending any more resources than we already have to. Let's go ahead and compare that to an all-target medal at tier 7 or 8. Or even tier 6, why not? Okay, so I'm still in love with this medal, right? I bought this thing back in January. It's been lasting me for like literally 5 months. Every time I get another chance, I reroll traits on it. And granted, I didn't get very lucky, but that's kind of the point. I did enough pulls until where I had really good traits on it while the pulls were dirt cheap, and I got rewarded for it. So let's go ahead and take that. 4.60, okay? 4.60 times that again, because it's a tier 7 by 3. Effectively 3.00, right? Because it's a 200%. Bang, 13.8, okay? So the medal right here that we don't have to evolve, don't have to spend 15,000 jewels on, already has a really good complement of traits on it, or whatever your version of this is. And we don't have to spend any more resources on it. Like, we've already spent really good skills on it. It's great, okay? The only downside is it can't increase its strength anymore until we upgrade it, but eventually that will happen, right? We can be patient. We can be patient and be happy with the toys that we already have and not have to be allured in by the old shit, which is it's literally just a brand new coat of paint for like a 95 Corolla or something. You wouldn't go ahead and just because the car got a new coat of paint on it, suddenly spend like Lamborghini money on an old Corolla with a new kind of... What is this metaphor? I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say, though. There's no reason to go ahead into the shop right now and do any sort of chasing whatsoever on these 7 stars. Leave it alone. Be happy with the stuff that you've got. In terms of evolving your 6 stars into 7 stars, yeah, go for it. your tier 1s and tier 2s are barely going to barely going to touch the sub-slot strength whatsoever. Like, we can equip the medals that we've got so far into our sub-slots, and it's going to make negative difference. It's going to make, like, literally next to no difference. So, we might as well go ahead and put them on. But, okay, like Dark Knight, for example, because it's this one's Keyblade, we can go ahead and put some medals in the sub-slot right there. Bang. We actually can't put this one in. It just won't allow us to. And if we put it into slot 2, it won't let us do that either. Sorry, it'll let us do it rather, but it won't increase the multiplier. So you have to go ahead and put it in the slot 1. We've increased the multiplier for all the slots ever so slightly, but there's not really much point. It hasn't really done much for us. So be patient, guys. Is what all I'm trying to say. For a saver, this is an amazing, wonderful time for us because there's no point chasing medals that are going to be re-released, like all the old crap that's got a new creator pads on it. Ignore it. Ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. Bide your time, save your jewels. Hopefully the stained glass medal is going to come back in a more accessible form. I mean, they were great the first time, but hopefully they're going to come back more and more now. The way they're going to have to introduce new medals from now on is, I assume new medals will come at just a 7-star version. And it might go back to the old way where they didn't have a mercy behind them, and the only mercy was for trait medals again, because trait medals have a real purpose now. Trait medals where you're not going to increase the guilds because, again, it seems like if they announce a new 7-star medal, it's already going to be at full guilds. There's not going to be a point to like chasing guilds anymore. They're going to have like trait medals come with it, because trait medals are going to be all the rage, and the trait medals themselves will be at like, they will be at 7-star, because they're gonna have to be, right? It wouldn't make any sense otherwise. So, oh boy, it's a confusing time. It's going to be a fun time. I mean, PvP's fun. Really have fun with that on the first few days while no one knows what they're doing. Single target medals, defense boost, and make sure you have enough gauges. That's all you really have to worry about at the start. Dispel medals. I want to check out some dispels in the next couple of days because, I don't know, it seems like there could be some potential there, but we'll check that out in the next few days. This video has gone on way too long. Sorry I lost the footage. And anyway, let me know how you're going. If I've missed any tips, let me know. If you verse me, let me know. I want to see if I got my ass kicked. Definitely get a screenshot of that. And come chat on the Discord. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. I gotta run. All the best. Bye.